we are back. This is the Watchlist Wednesday podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Owen, joined as always by my beautiful co-host, Tevin McGee.
What's going on, everybody?
And the LaCroix boy himself, Ash Pulliam. Did you just open that damn thing on live here?
I sure did.
And we are sadly remiss by Patrick Patterson. He's not going to be here today. So 2 shows in a row where Pat's not contributing. So,
dude, okay. So we got to talk about this now that you said that. Ash's mom listened to the podcast and she thought we were giving Pat too hard of a time.
Yeah. She called me last night as I was getting into bed, and she was listening to the podcast because she was going to pick my sister up at the airport, and she was like, "Hey, so Pat, so what's going on with y'all and Pat?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "Well, I'm listening to this episode, and it just sounds like y'all aren't happy with each other. What's happening?" I was like,
does she know that? Does she know Pat? She's met Pat,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, she knows Pat. Yeah.
I don't know if she just...
I don't know how anybody can say that they know Pat and then they think we're hard on him. I feel like we take it easy on him.
Well, she's never experienced us like
she doesn't know the
shit
Call
to
of
each
Duty?
other. Yeah, like we have a banter with Pat. He gives me shit, I give him shit, and she's never experienced that. So I think she thought that like we were mad at each other.
Well, that was also the episode he tried to say I sound like I have a sinus infection, and I went right back at him, and it was just like, all right, Pat,
Pat was bringing the heat last
Yes,
episode. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
and then
was...
then he come at Ash. Then he come at Ash and was like, "I just feel like you shit on every movie."
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, he was basically
I
saying
feel like
really like the Batman and things that are dark and yeah.
There was when I first met Pat, there was like a week period where I thought we took it too hard on Pat, and then I got to know Pat, and then I was like, yeah, we don't take it hard enough on him. Like, I love him to death, but I mean, I think he brings a lot of it on himself. So,
and like Ash said, it's just the banter between all of us.
Yeah. I mean, it just is what it is.
That's just how we interact with Pat.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Golden Glove boxer out of Cabot.
Yeah.
Pat.
Patrick the Punisher, Pat.
Yeah.
I love the fact. The thing I love most about Pat, let's just talk about Patrick. The thing I love most about Patrick is his unwavering confidence. And if you haven't listened, I don't know, I'll try to tag that episode or somehow. But when we talked about what Olympic sport we could compete in.
Oh, I'm putting it in the show notes. It's
it's
actually called 4 Years to Train.
Yep.
4 Years to Train is the episode.
That is the most outlandish answer I've ever heard in my life. And he will go to war with it today.
He's so pure. He's so pure.
He is. Yeah. For him not to like Onward, I feel like he's the older brother in Onward.
He is. And
Chris Pratt's character.
Really what the issue we have with Pat is that he is so pure that we feel like we need to muck him up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's our goal, Pat, is to muck you up a little bit.
Yeah.
Ash, the funniest thing is when I met Patrick in person, he called me by my gamer tag. And then that's the first thing he said to me.
Natural
Jordan.
And then he met AJ, and he about lost his shit when he met AJ in person. So,
yeah,
because we'd only met each other through video games for the longest time. So,
yeah.
All right, well, guys, how's it been? It's been a week. It's been a week since we talked to each other. Not really much has happened, but what's up with your lives?
Well, yesterday I picked up my 4 to 5 year old City Stars girls basketball roster. Went and got Ellery her first pair of J's yesterday, and we were doing a little bit of drills and stuff in the living room, and got some work cut out for us. I don't know when I learned like fundamentals of basketball, but it was probably around this age, and if every kid on my team, I've got 12 little girls. Me and Pat are actually coaching this team. It's going to be Saturdays in March, It's going to be interesting. 12 little girls that are all about like really can't even catch or anything. We're about to build a defensive championship dynasty with practicing 1 time a week. So Ellery's super excited about it. She still loves cheer, but I can feel that love for basketball growing inside of her.
Tevin's about to be like breaking down, having Ellery watch like 06 Pistons.
Exactly, bro. Forget the 06 with the 89 Pistons, baby.
You're talking about the bad boys.
The bad boys. Yeah.
Oh,
what about you?
Is Ellery going to be like Isaiah Thomas, just out there, just running the ship?
Yeah, well, dude, actually, like her passing game is kind of elite. I think honestly, her sport is going to be like softball. Like she can throw. Her and Mayor both can throw really well. I was like, dang, you got a little bit of an arm on you. So we'll see. We'll see. She's super excited. Like she just got done with cheerleading practice around 6:30 or so, and she was like, "Hey, Dad, I want to go home and work on my passing." I was like, "Say less."
Wow.
Say less.
That's great.
And then
I'm gonna
don't know if this
something that is obvious, but I'll probably get some flack for it. And this is not a sexist comment. Girls and basketball, it's like, the majority of boys, little boys, have this just innate ability to pick up a ball and know how to use it. They have coordination. The majority of them have coordination. There's always the few that don't. But I feel like with little girls, there are far fewer that have the coordination to be able to do anything with any kind of ball, really.
Yeah, and the ones that do, they can pretty much dominate up until college.
Yeah. Like you can tell at an early age the girls who are going to be good at basketball. And with boys, it's a little harder at an early age. There are definitely the standouts, but I don't know if that's a nature thing or a nurture thing.
I don't know, but if you guys are interested in seeing some City Stars basketball coached by me and Pat, this is going to be like semi-pro out here. Pat says he really doesn't know much about the rules or fundamentals of basketball, and obviously I'm a basketball stan, so I just needed somebody that was going to help me coach, and I'm excited. I'm excited for Pat's coaching debut. So
yeah, that'll be interesting. I may show up. Watch that.
When I'm home in March, if you do not think I'm tailgating this, you're wrong.
Like Jordan, let's just get like plastered before a children's basketball game.
Say less, Ash. Say less.
This is the start of every daddy daycare Chris Rock Kevin James movie ever. Starts with a tailgating at a 9-year-old at like some kind of kid sporting event. So
I'm gonna bet the over under is gonna be at 4.5, and I'm gonna take the under, and we're gonna let it ride.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But what about you? What's going on with you, man?
Man, it's just been I finished eating today at probably one of the most authentic Chinese food restaurants that I've ever eaten at. And literally when you got to walk into the back, and there are hanging ducks all along the wall as you walk in from the back, and like the menu is in Chinese. So
like feathered ducks?
No, like
what do you mean?
Roasted ducks. Oh,
okay. I thought you meant like you pick your duck out for them to
I mean, you can pick your roasted duck out.
Okay.
But it was fire. It was fire. So I mean, we got a pretty good little show, and I mean, what do we got first down on the rundown there, Ash or Tevin? What do you got?
Oh, what was first? Super Bowl predictions?
Yes, sir.
Super Bowl predictions.
All right. I mean, my beloved Chiefs lost.
Good. That made me so happy.
Yeah, Ash went radio silent for a good hour or so when he was back.
I was really, really upset that whole second half. And then I got on TikTok and I saw Jackson Mahomes. It was someone making fun of Jackson Mahomes, but I still saw his face, and I was like, you know what? It's okay.
Is he the most unlikable person on the planet right now?
He absolutely is. I love the Chiefs. I love Patrick Mahomes. I despise Jackson Mahomes, and it makes me want the Chiefs to lose. It doesn't make me want the Chiefs to lose. It makes me okay that the Chiefs lost.
I just did not want a week of Jackson Mahomes in Super Bowl content.
Oh, God,
yeah. But I mean,
that dude sucks.
Yeah,
that dude sucks
and
so
bad.
bad.
I've seen little bits and pieces of him. I don't really know much about him. I mean, I just hear about all the things that you guys talk about it. But I mean, we have a Super Bowl matchup that I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah.
2 former number 1 picks overall at quarterback. My boy Matt Stafford out of Georgia, and then LSU Joe Burrow, 2 SEC quarterbacks.
And Joe Shiesty out of LSU.
Yeah, like they are going at it. My Stafford was my quarterback for, the better part of a decade. And man, it'd be good to see him get a win. But, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are just a likable duo.
They are. How can you not love both of them? But especially Joe Burrow. Like, there's just something about him. He has this swagger about him that you just can't help but admire.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's so I mean, as an Arkansas fan, I hated LSU, but you kind of always respected Joe Burrow just because he went about his business. He didn't talk a ton of shit, but he just, he always was very confident. And then one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen was on his senior day. He come out with his, jersey with the B, BURR, and then EUX, Burrow. And him on senior day coming out and doing that. I mean, that was like one of the coolest things. And from then on out, I didn't have to deal with him anymore. So I've always been a Joe Burrow fan. Saying that though, bro, I understand if you're like Burrow's the fun pick. Give me Matt Stafford. I mean, just getting his ass kicked in Detroit for like 12 seasons and just never giving up on Detroit, and just like the time where he threw the Hail Mary and tore his arm out of socket.
Yeah.
And then goes back and throws the touchdown pass to win the game. Like, this dude has been through so much, and then now he's getting a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I want Matt Stafford to win one more thing.
Yeah, like the thing about Matt Stafford is he legitimately is a hero for the city of Detroit. He is so loyal, and he would have stayed. But I mean, I think I can speak on behalf of the Detroit fans. I'm glad that he's in the Super Bowl. I love seeing him play, especially with Megatron and Reggie Bush and all these other players that we had sprinkled out throughout his career. But I mean, it's just kind of been a Cinderella story. Like, he went up against the Bucks in the previous round, and then Dominican Sue was coming after him. He just throws a freaking dime touchdown in his former teammate's face. Like, it's dude, I can't help but root for Matt Stafford, man. So good luck to him in the Super Bowl. I'm picking the Rams to win. And, we got Eminem, another Detroit guy, performing. I mean, we're basically in the Super Bowl.
Dude, most of the time, I don't really care much for the halftime show. I think it's a little played out. But this crew they got, I'm a little excited for it. It could be pretty dope.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of the better ones that we've seen. It's getting played in LA, and they got they have everything on their side, really. But I mean, how are you going to be upset with the outcome? I mean, you got Cincinnati that is like never won a Super Bowl pretty much, and you've got LA, and you've got so many of the just wayward travelers on that team. You have OBJ that's never got a ring. You got Stafford. You just got, a lot of Aaron Donald would get his first ring, and I really like seeing him. Von Miller would get his first ring. Jalen Ramsey, all of these guys coming from, programs and teams that really have never done anything. How long was Von Miller just trapped in Denver? Jalen Ramsey.
He did get him a Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, he did.
Von got him a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was MVP, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was MVP.
I remember that. Was that when Peyton was there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was Peyton's last year, I believe. And that was when that was when they beat Cam in the Super Bowl. But
man,
I mean, I'm with you. Like, I think the storylines are great. Like, are going to be great all week. Like, I mean, I'm for it. If you had to take a prediction, I know we want who we want, but like, what's your prediction? Spread is 4.5. Spread's 4.5 Rams.
27-14 Rams.
27-14. I don't know. I really think the Bengals will keep it rolling. I mean, there's I know everything is against the Bengals because they don't have a great O-line, and then the Rams D-line is just insane.
It's literally the Monstars.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting sacked by Aaron Donald over and over and over and over again?
Yeah.
He got sacked 8 times against Tennessee, and he's about to run into the best defensive line in the NFL. I think it's 20. Like I think it's 27-13. I don't even think they get. I mean, I think they get the absolute piss beat out of them.
Yeah, I mean, to quote Marshawn Lynch, I mean, not many men can take that much punishment just getting ran over and over again.
I think if anybody can, it's Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
that man just gets back up every time. I mean, both times playing the Chiefs, they were getting stomped in that first half, and he just comes right out and starts chipping away, goes to work.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that has to do with the Bengals defense, though.
Yeah, that was a big part of it. That was a big part of it. But,
like, especially that first game where Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Joe Burrow didn't have that great of a game that game. The defense kept them rolling in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, 9 times is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit more of the same, but yeah, I don't know. That's why you play the game. That's why. I mean, I think they're going to win. I think the Rams are going to win, and I'm usually a shitty better, so that's probably good news for the Bengals.
Yeah, we're all screwed then. You just jinx Stafford Super Bowl. You're like Tim the Tap Man.
That's
bro.
Wild.
He's so bad. He's
the reason the Chiefs lost.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, so you want to know a crazy the one thing I do love about sports is just like these crazy like coincidences that happen in sports, and it's like you can't write this shit. Yeah, but we were so close. The Bengals have been to the Super Bowl 3 times in total. We were so close from getting 3 Super Bowls in 3 different eras for the Bengals, and they were going to be playing the San Francisco 49ers in all 3. Like, we were close to get the previous 2 Super Bowls, they played the 49ers.
That is insane.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, that is really
like, and we were so close to getting it again. You know what I mean? Like,
history is just repeating
itself.
Or we're in the
that
Matrix.
was just a crazy stat line.
Yeah, or in the Matrix. Ash it.
Yep.
All right, so I think we got 2 picks for the Rams, 1 pick for the Bengals. So stay tuned to see
who's right.
Yeah, how that turns
out.
Do we think any big movie trailers are going to drop during the Super Bowl, or TV trailers?
I think we're going to get a little bit of I think we're going to get a clip of the Batman, and I think we're going to get Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Really? You think they're going to double down on that?
Yeah. What if we got a clip from Multiverse of Madness and we got to see variants in that?
That'd be wild. I don't think they.
Yeah.
I think they just dropped that trailer. For me, it'll probably be, if they're going to do something MCU, it's going to be like She-Hulk or something that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do an episode like ranking all the commercials of the Super Bowl and the halftime show, and obviously the game as well.
Yeah.
But
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think we get just a little bit, but nothing probably too crazy. Speaking of like movies and movie so we talked a little bit last week about, like, I think The Rock has come out and said he's making a video game movie, and some reports surfaced today that it's going to be actually just a Call of Duty movie, which kind of yawn. Like, who gives a shit?
To an extent, yawn. But I think it could be good. I honestly think it could be good. But continue. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I think it's going to be a random war movie. But I mean, unless they pick Modern Warfare to go off of, then I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see an Advanced Warfare movie?
No, hell no.
With jetpacks?
Hell no. I've watched the Tomorrow War.
Yeah.
I've watched every other
Tomorrow War was good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't need to see.
If we do Modern Warfare, make sure you give me a gold R9 shotgun, just doofing people.
Yeah, I mean, I need to see.
That would be so dope. Like I want to see.
I want to see.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to see.
I need to.
Oh, dude, my bad.
No, go ahead. We keep interrupting, Kevin. Go ahead. Get it.
No, I'm just saying. I just want to see just like some stereotypes from the game in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, if it's like the DMR, there was DMR zone. I want to see a DMR just shredding people. Like I want to see all the metas come out in the movie. That's what I want to see.
Okay. Now we go off on tangents. We literally had a damn rundown
and said it in Verdansk. Said it in Verdansk. It's got to be in Verdansk. It's got to be at the hospital. It's got to be at train station. All of it. All of it's got to be in the movie.
What if they make a Warzone movie, like a battle royale, like Hunger Games type shit?
Yeah, give me Shipment too. I want to need Shipment in there.
But
I can't care about it.
I don't either, Ash. But now
we're still going to see it, Ash. We went to see Mortal Kombat. We're going to see Call of Duty.
It'll be another Mortal Kombat. That's what it'll be.
What weapon is in the meta? Like, what is the thing that you want? Like, give me like 2 or 3 weapons that you just have to see in this movie if they do a mod.
AMAX for sure. Car 98.
Car 98.
Car 98.
I need somebody getting quick scoped in the movie.
No, well, Mac 10 would be more of like that's a Cold War gun, so they wouldn't. I mean, I'm talking about Modern Warfare.
Oh,
so I'm thinking like
Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Car 98.
Hold on, no. Mac 10 was Modern Warfare.
No, it's not. It's Black Ops. It's Cold War.
Yeah, I need the AMAX, the car, and give me the oh shit. Yeah, I'm just thinking that the AMAX has to be there.
Definitely had to get the AMAX.
The car has to be there.
Absolutely.
Kilo.
And then Kilo, I was gonna say Riot Shield.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope to see a Riot Shield in there. Yep. Seeing somebody get. You know what else has to be in there? The melee. The melee has to be in there.
Just pistol whipping people.
Yeah, and you got to see somebody getting revived in the movie.
Yeah,
you gotta see
how would they spin that?
I don't know, but you got to see somebody getting a pin to the leg and getting up after that.
Just a shot of adrenaline.
Yeah, just right back up. But yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to go off on another tangent, Jordan. So you can
no. I mean, it's good now, I guess. I mean, we're here.
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag now. Yeah, make a Warzone movie or don't make it. Period.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, really, that's what Call of Duty's turned into. It's just Warzone, essentially. Like, there's still a community that plays the multiplayer pretty heavily. There's the streamers that like to play the campaign. I've never been a campaign person, especially on like Call of Duty or anything. Maybe Halo for a certain extent, but never on Call of Duty. So Battle Royale is hot right now. And then if they wanted to make, a movie about that, I think that would be smart just to get people in the seats.
At the beginning of this, I said yawn, and then I've talked myself right into it.
Yeah.
And so if it's a Warzone movie, I'm for it. Like, I'm honestly for it. So, but that leads me to this question, and this was kind of on our rundown. If they could make any movie into a video, or any video game into a movie, give me like your top 2 that you just be like, I have to.
Yeah.
Like, I have to have this as a movie.
Okay, so y'all ready for this? This is the only one that really makes sense. The CGI.
Can we say it at the same time? Because I think it's the same one.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the same one, bro. I'm thinking off in different. You go first, Jordan. I'll tell you if it's the same one or not.
God of War.
Nope.
Damn.
Nope. That's a good one though, and it's kind of on that.
A good one.
That it's kind of on that same thing. I thought maybe that The Rock would have been making that movie, but it's honestly similar to, what he's already doing with Black Adam. Like, characters are similar. Yeah. I'm thinking Legend of Zelda has to be made into a movie. I think like you take some of the that feel of just seeing just all the elements of him going through these temples and fighting the bosses and Gandalf and just like I mean, you get Lord of the Rings vibes. You get, all of these sci-fi vibes. You get to see him like with the, the Master Sword going on this quest. I feel like you make that into a trilogy, and it's the perfect time to make it, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we hear about that coming. I'm surprised that it hasn't happened yet, just because it's such a popular franchise. I mean, they're making Sonic.
Yeah, and they're making Mario. I mean, that's not live action; it's still animated, but you get the picture on that.
Yeah,
they're doing projects from Nintendo, and I feel like The Legend of Zelda is something that you can make it live action, and use those types of things like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones as like kind of like a basis of what it would look like.
Yeah.
As far as bringing that to the big screen.
Yep.
Oh yeah, man. I'm rewatching The Hobbits right now, and I just watched the first one last night. Didn't watch the second one fully tonight. Those give me Legends of Zelda out in New Zealand, like set in New Zealand, dude. I'm for that. I mean, Ash, what do you got? Give me one.
All right. Number one is got to be Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, dude, I would love to see that.
I love Westerns. Just most Westerns I'll watch, even if they're not very good. I still enjoy them. But the overall plot of Red Dead Redemption 2 is so good. And there would still be somewhat of like a surprise factor because the way the story plays out is depending on how you play, you get a different ending or you get different scenarios. So there would still be a way for them to tell that story and it not just be like verbatim what the game was, because the game isn't one single thing every time you play it.
Yeah, you could have like different alternate endings and stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. And Arthur Morgan is just a great character.
And the thing is, we're talking about this Call of Duty movie, which is kind of got us started talking about this conversation, but we got Uncharted coming out literally this month, right?
Yeah,
it's Friday,
true.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Friday?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's coming out this Friday. So
we gotta go see that.
I think if I were to see another game made into a movie, since we're doing two, I would think Metroid Prime. I think Samus, and that exoskeleton, like Iron Man armor / like Star Wars bounty hunter type feel.
Love it.
Would be just dope. Just so dope. Just, give me the grappling hook, the screwball, all of her, like her energy beam, all of that. I think that would be an awesome adventure to be told in space.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ash, you got a second one?
I do, and it's a sleeper. I don't think most people will know it, but Infamous.
No, I know it.
You know it?
I know Infamous.
Have you ever played it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
Infamous, it was like the OG PS3 exclusive. Like the first one they released. It came free with my game. And I played every single Infamous game they dropped. And man, is it one of the coolest games. It is one of them that really introduced parkour, like scaling buildings. His power set is awesome. The plot was very well done. It would just make for a super cool story. And I don't think it's mainstream enough that the whole world would be like, oh, I know the story. I don't have to go see the movie. Like, I think people, even if they didn't even market it as a video game movie and just marketed it as a cool action movie or thriller or whatever, it would be really successful.
I like that. I like both of your picks, Ash.
That is a sneaky good pick, Ash. That is a sneaky good pick. So for me, I think the other easy answer, and I kind of talked about it, what I wish The Rock would do would be Gears of War. I mean, I think Gears of War would be a phenomenal movie, and I think The Rock would play that kind of like apocalyptic shit well. Kind of a weird answer, but I think I would like to see a Portal movie. I don't know if anybody played Portal or not, but
played Portal.
No, I'm not familiar with that game.
Mm-mm.
And then like Mass Effect would be
I
don't know if you ever played,
cool.
and then BioShock. I think BioShock would be another good one. So those are just a few of my picks. But Ash, I like Red Dead Redemption. I like your list. Tevin, did you give us 2?
Yeah, I gave Metroid Prime and The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah, Super Metroid and Legend of Zelda. Yeah, I like both those picks too. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're going to get more of these videos because here's what I think this is crazy to say, but I kind of think No Way Home is going to open a lot of this shit up. And I say that for this. I think that Tom Holland is going to get an Oscar nod. He's not going to win an Oscar, but I think he's going to get an Oscar nod for Spider-Man's first portrayal in No Way Home. And I think it's just going to be open more of like with the streaming services and everything that's going on. I think people are going to be like okay with not being as telling these certain stories, and they're going to go all in on the money being made. And I think the video games are going to draw in the same kind of money that these comic book movies, have garnered. So
as cool as it would be and as great as his performance was, I don't think there's any way they give him a nod for that.
No, I'm not saying he's going to get an Oscar for it, but I think he is going to at least get a nomination.
I don't think he's even going to get a nomination for it.
You don't think so?
No.
I think he does. Man, I think he does. His performance was amazing in that movie, I think. And I'll tell you, I think Willem Dafoe's performance was phenomenal.
Yeah, they were both phenomenal. It just knowing the Academy's history, I do not see it happening.
I think it might.
But if it does,
I think it might.
I'll be happy.
If I'm not mistaken, he's $20 million. He's $20 million away. He's that little son of a bitch is $20 million away from being the #1 domestic movie ever in America.
He is. Yeah.
So,
how long do these movies tend to stay in theaters? I mean, for just
the movie.
Yeah, I mean, does it just depend on it? Like, if the movie's still doing good, let's just roll with it.
As long as it's making money, they'll keep it in there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. It's what else is going to knock it out of there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's not all theaters. It's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not showing here anymore. But like in bigger cities where there's more people that are going to go to the movies, it's probably still in theaters there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully he can do it. I would love to see No Way Home break that record. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool. I think that's a long way for how late it is. Like they would need a re-release push, advertisement or something.
Yeah, 20 million's a long way away, but I mean, that's just a testament of how well it's done. It's
wild in a post-pandemic era. It is wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could say that maybe in a pre-pandemic era, it might have knocked it off, Yep. Because I think there is a number of people that are just still not going to the movie theaters, no matter if it's a small majority. There's some of them are still not going because of COVID reasons, So, I mean, and speaking of that, and No Way Home, and it's at the top of our Marvel rewatch at the moment. I think it still sits atop.
Yes, it does.
We are on to Thor Ragnarok. And I'll tell you what, somebody mentioned this in the group chat. Who said that? Who said the crazy shit that it's going to be in their top 2? Is that you, Ash?
I said it.
Yeah.
This movie was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, I enjoyed watching every little bit of this movie. I mean, and I didn't think, I thought I might not love it as much as I did. Nope, loved it. This movie's awesome.
Yep, I agree. I kind of had the same thoughts going into it. It was like, oh, are the jokes still going to hit? Am I going to think they're like kind of played out or they're not as funny as I originally thought? No. 99% of the jokes hit. Like, Taika Waititi is masterful in his comedy. And
it's hilarious.
It's so funny. The bit with the bit with Banner where he's got Tony's clothes on, he's like grabbing at the crotch, and Thor's like, "Hey, quit! Why are you doing that?" He's like, "Tony, where's his pants so tight?" Like, it's so funny. I mean, the whole movie is just a blast from beginning to end. And it's not just like dumb fun. Like, yeah, some of the jokes are dumb funny, but the movie as a whole, like Thor goes through some stuff. It's not just a happy-go-lucky movie where we're all laughing, having a good time. Yeah, Thor's funny and he's telling jokes, and you'll really see this in Infinity War, but that's like a guard he's built up because of the things that he's been through.
Dude, Thor has lost everything. I mean,
yeah,
literally Thor has lost his entire life, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
and it was so good. I love this movie. I was pleasantly surprised with how good it was.
Dude, Korg is one of like probably top 2 or 3 supporting, characters in the MCU for me.
Yeah, he is. He's so funny.
Back off, spooky ghost.
Yeah, piss off, ghost. It's so funny. How the whole revolution thing too. How he tried to start a revolution, but he didn't print enough pamphlets. It's so funny. God. All right, Tevin, go ahead and shit on it.
No, man. I mean, what I'll say is, it was a lot better than I was giving it credit for the first time that I watched it. I will say that. I definitely agree that he definitely goes through a lot in that movie. I mean, the scene when it's Odin and Loki and Thor, there's emotion there. When you find out that like Thor has a sister, there's emotion there. The final fight scene, there's emotion there. And I'm not gonna lie, like, all of the jokes weren't my favorite, but I mean, I just tried to look at it for what it was. And like you said, it definitely makes sense that, that humor, he's really just deflecting from the things that's gone on in his life. So I really appreciated it a lot more going back. And, I didn't just see him as like, oh, there's just Thor being an idiot again. Like that's a mask that he's wearing. Yeah. That, he's hurting on the inside. And, as we continue to see his progression through the MCU, it's just a lot of ups and a lot of downs and a lot of loss and a lot of death that goes on. This movie's about family. Like, you've got Thor's dad, sister, brother, all main parts in there. And then you have Bruce Banner that's kind of complimenting him, going through his own things of, why he left Earth to go to, end up where he was. And I mean, it was honestly a beautiful story that I definitely didn't give it credit for the first round.
Wow. I love this rewatch. It is really bringing around some new opinions on some of these movies.
I agree. I mean, it's just, this movie was so much fun. Like, from
Jeff
the very
Goldblum,
opening,
dude. Jeff Goldblum. They got Jeff Goldblum.
I'm just thinking from the beginning scene of like, Surtur, you son of a bitch, you're alive. From there to we get to meet Hela. Or we get to meet Doctor Strange. We get to meet Hela, who is, one of the baddest people in the whole MCU. We get to watch her go toe to toe. She catches Mjolnir at the beginning of the damn movie. Like,
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
And, you get to see Thor become the god of thunder in this movie. You're not the god of hammers. You're the god of thunder. Love that. I mean, that was a big evolution for Thor. Again, Jeff effing Goldblum.
Yeah, he's so great.
Was in this, and he was not only, he was peak Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, like it wasn't like a watered down version of Jeff.
No, he is just being Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, yep.
It was so great. Where you from? Assburg, ass place. So good. It's like the Lord of Thunder. So good. So good.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely, I love this movie. I mean, to me, this is the most fun movie in the MCU and it goes with kind of Guardians of the Galaxy's way up there as far as like fun movies to watch.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a more like Ash probably is Iron Man 3. I know you love Iron Man 3, but
I do, but it doesn't compare to this. No,
this one
so good.
this is I agree.
Also, Loki's character arc in this film is huge. Like, that's something that I didn't really take into account the first time I saw it. But
I think after you see Loki's the show, you appreciate the character more. And going back and watching the scenes that built up to this, like the Loki that we knew before, and then this one that is like a slight variant of this version that we knew. It kind of gives you appreciation for the Loki that we had in the MCU.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, where do we think this ranks? Do we want to throw it in a tier first?
Well, I'll say so. To me, this is definitely top 5. This is top 5.
Wow, I can't believe you just said that.
Let's start. Let's start with Guardian. Start with Guardians of the Galaxy, and do you believe it's better than the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Do we? Here, let me just read off 1 through 6 down to Guardians, so people know what we're comparing it to. Number 1 is No Way Home. Number 2 is Winter Soldier. Number 3 is Civil War. Number 4 is Homecoming. Number 5 is Doctor Strange, and number 6 is the first Guardians. So
this is so hard.
Golly, this is so hard. We all think it's better than Guardians. Do we think it's better than Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Do we think it's better than Homecoming?
Yes.
Do we think it's better than Civil War?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we think it's better than the Winter Soldier?
No.
Yes.
Well, that's where it lands.
All right. I'm happy with that. I can't believe. I thought Tevin was gonna think this was I didn't think he was gonna think it was shit. Don't get me wrong, but I figured
Ash,
he put it around the first Avengers, which is
Ash,
at number 9.
To you believe it's better than the Winter Soldier?
I do. Beginning this, I never would have thought that, but after going through this rewatch, I love the Winter Soldier, and it is definitely top tier, great filmmaking. But I just enjoyed Ragnarok more. If you had them side by side and I had to pick which one to watch at any given time, it'd probably be Ragnarok.
I'm not arguing with you there. Like, I'm just saying which one was a better movie. I thought Winter Soldier was a better movie. Like, when we talk about overall things in the MCU, I think it's better. I just think Winter Soldier's better. If I'm gonna watch one of them, I'm probably gonna watch Ragnarok. Because it's way more fun to watch, and I like watching fun. But
if I'm gonna watch one of them, I think I'm still watching Winter Soldier, because all of the great things that I mentioned about Ragnarok, I think Winter Soldier does them a little bit better. As far as like the character development of the things that the character went through, like what a shock would that have been for Captain America to see his best friend that he's essentially living in a world that he knows no one, everyone around him is either ancient or dead, and now like the best friend that you grew up that knew you before you were Captain America has been brainwashed, and you find out that he's alive. Like that's just
he's still alive.
Different. It just hits different.
Like he's still here. Like that's the crazy part of that.
And that's not even mentioning like the incredible fight scenes. The build up, the plot, the super iconic moments, the elevator scene. Like just thinking about that movie gives me goosebumps, and I'm like, I could watch this, I could watch this all day, Yeah.
No, I agree. It might be better. I don't know. Depends on the day for me. But we should also preface this whole list by saying really every movie on this list, except for like the bottom 3 to 5, are good movies. Like there's really not many bad movies on this list. And that says something about the MCU. I mean, really 1 through 10. No, Ant-Man is number 10 now after all this.
And I love Ant-Man.
Yeah, same. I would watch Ant-Man at any time. I love Ant-Man. So that just says something about.
I think you could go to bat to 1 through 12. I mean, like honestly,
I'll agree. Shang-Chi's number 12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shang-Chi was good. Like,
Shang-Chi was great.
We loved Shang-Chi,
which I think it should be higher on this list, frankly. But
I mean, I don't. but
we're doing it every week, man. We're doing a battle royale every single week, man. And some movies are going to get pushed out of the top 10, top 12.
But, okay, here's the thing. When Shang-Chi initially dropped, it was number 3 for us.
Yeah, it was. We hadn't made it very far. I think the one we watched before that was Black Widow.
No, I mean, but we had watched Iron Man, The Avengers, Captain America, the First Avenger, Black Widow, Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, and Thor. And Shang-Chi was just below The Avengers and Iron Man.
Dang.
So, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Hold on, I'm looking at what's next.
Yeah, I mean, I really just appreciate these films as a whole. While Ash is pulling that up, because like I said, I've always had a very strict no rewatch policy on pretty much all movies, and going back through this is just making me look at this through a different lens and just appreciate, one, the time period that it was in, 2, what they were trying to accomplish with the movie, and 3, how beautiful some of these movies that I didn't really appreciate were, like watching it one time in theaters, so. Yeah. Kudos to the MCU for making, 24 movies, that have so much rewatchability that even years later that we can still go back and appreciate for the Infinity Saga for what it was.
Yeah. And the next one is Black Panther.
Ooh, boy.
Black Panther. I love Black Panther, but I don't think it breaks into my top 5 right now.
Man, I can't wait to rewatch it because I mean,
either. It was
good, it's
though.
Probably not going to break into the top 5 because Jordan hates Killmonger and he hates Michael B. Jordan's character in this movie.
Hey, you hated Thor Ragnarok, so maybe he'll rewatch it and change his perspective.
I don't hate Michael B. Jordan.
You hated Killmonger. I said that's why I said you hated Killmonger. I didn't say you hated Michael B. Jordan.
I think he was a terrible Killmonger, and I think he was just like it was painful when he was like. I just didn't think he was a good actor in this movie.
I found my daddy with panther claws in his chest.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, dude. I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
That's just bad writing.
Well, my thing is, you didn't want to see Killmonger in a one-on-one, and neither did Pat. And, he's third in the Olympics, so.
But, I think we don't look ahead, but I'm going to. I'm excited. I think this is easily top 10. Black Panther's easily top 10. I think it lingers around the 6-7 mark, honestly.
I think it's better than Guardians. But I haven't really watched it. Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't even going to put it in the top 10, honestly.
In the top 10? So you think it's like worse than? Okay, we'll save it for. I'm
just comparing it to Shang-Chi right now. I think it's better than like Ant-Man and Age of Ultron and the first Avengers, but I don't think it's better than Shang-Chi, so I don't want to vote it above Shang-Chi.
Okay, well let's rewatch it. Let's come back.
I need to rewatch it.
And
also, can we? I don't know. How should we go about this? Chadwick Boseman has passed away, which is a terrible, terrible thing, but I don't want that to affect the rating of this movie.
No, I mean we're definitely.
I will be able to stay I will be able to stay partial to this movie.
Because I know when I'm watching it, all I'm going to be thinking about is, man, I hate that we won't see this anymore.
Okay, but
I don't want that to affect how I feel about the movie.
Ash, here's how I feel about it. I thought he was a damn near perfect T'Challa anyway, so I'm not going to rate it any higher because he's dead. Because I already thought that his performance was flawless. Okay. So. The movie is going to not depend on what I think of Chadwick Boseman. It's, you know what I mean? Because I already thought his performance was fantastic anyway. So
okay,
yeah, for sure. I'm still wearing my Black Panther shirt next week though, to the podcast. But
hey, and we're reviewing it on in Black History Month. How cool is that?
We are doing that.
Yep. So. The first was it the first black superhero in the MCU, right?
Falcon.
You had Falcon.
Yeah.
We had Falcon. But
title character.
Yeah, that's
title
true.
Character. Like I remember when the movie came out, and dude, like, the theaters were packed.
Yeah, it was a huge deal.
Yeah, so excited for a black superhero. And now, the next character will obviously be Blade. Will be that's probably coming before Captain America 4. So, that'll be the next title character that we get to see, and I'm sure that'll be a special moment. With Black Panther, I mean, they got people that didn't even like the superhero genre to go see that movie, and it was a huge thing for the community. It was just a huge thing for Marvel.
Freaking her Wakanda forever at every.
I still say Wakanda forever. It's like, you know what I mean? Like people,
everybody was saying Wakanda forever.
Yeah, I can't wait to rewatch it. It's honestly gonna be, it's gonna be special, man. And yeah, like you said, it's sad that Chadwick's not here, but what a great thing just to be reviewing something that he did, and looking at it with fresh eyes and just being able to appreciate the work that he did do for the MCU.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out Chadwick Boseman. I mean, you talk about people that we got robbed, and I feel like we got robbed with Chadwick Boseman. He just gone before his time, but all right. Well, I mean, that's all I got. I mean, I feel like how long have we went? How long have we been going?
51. So we're pretty good. I don't have anything significant to add, I don't think. Oh, hold on.
No, I think we did a pretty decent show today, lengthwise. We pretty much stayed on topic. Some of that could have been because Pat wasn't here. But sorry, Miss Christie, if we went too hard on Pat last week. We'll ease up on him and, on the podcast. But, it's all in good fun. We're all just four friends just having a good time talking about movies and entertainment. So no hard feelings.
Okay. Can I bring something up then? So we talk about February 1st and talking about Black History Month. If you haven't watched One Night in Miami, because I was looking to make sure Chadwick Boseman wasn't in that, and he's not. But that movie is phenomenal. If you have not watched, if we're gonna throw out I'll throw out a recommendation. I did a review on this. Me and Tevin did, I believe, or back in the season.
We did. I'll link that one down there too.
Do what?
I said I'll link that episode in the show notes.
Yeah, I mean that is One Night in Miami. If you haven't watched it, I beg you to watch that movie. It is phenomenal. So
absolutely,
that's all. I mean, if we're throwing out recommendations for the week to finish the show, gotta watch One Night in Miami.
Well, I'm not yet. I guess I'm not gonna say this as a recommendation, but I'll say what I'm going to be watching tonight while I edit this podcast and try to get it out for tomorrow, for Wednesday.
Encanto.
No, I'm actually gonna start. I'm starting Star Wars, man. I don't know what. I don't know what it was, but I came across something about Boba Fett, and I literally just started going down a rabbit hole of like the Mandalorian and Boba Fett and all these different things, and I ended up on a Boba Fett family tree type thing, and I was like, wait, what? Like, who is this? I was like,
the lore runs deep.
Yeah. I was like, dude, like there's this series has like clones in it. And I was like, what? And they was like, yeah, that's episode 2. And then I was like, dude, I've got to see this. Like,
dude, the Star Wars universe, the thing is, the Mandalorian Boba Fett storyline happening right now is a infinitely minuscule part of the overarching Star Wars story.
Yes. Yes.
Like it is, I would say, insignificant in the scope.
And the thing is, like, they got my boy the Viper playing the Mandalorian. Yep. I'm like, okay, I can get that. He was also from Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah,
that's sorry movie. Yeah,
and the Kingsman
Alistair. I was like, yeah, that guy, he sucked in that movie. But
yeah, King. He was in Kingsman 2 as well.
He's going to be Joel in the Last of Us series.
Yeah, I did
really?
see that.
I did not know that.
I did see that.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I was like on a rabbit hole, and oddly enough, when I was getting my hair cut last week, like one of the 2000s Star Wars was on. I didn't know which one, obviously, because it was like in the middle of it. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn it on. I'm just gonna turn it on, and I guess I'll watch 4, 5, and 6. Is that what you recommended?
Yes, watch. I'm a big fan of watching.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of watching movies in release order. I think that's how they were intended to be seen. Technically, there's the prequel trilogy, which are episodes 1, 2, and 3. But I think you need to start with A New Hope, and then Empire, and then Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, yep. And then Phantom Menace, then Clone Wars, and then it's not Clone Wars, is it?
It's Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, and then and then Revenge of the Sith. God.
Yeah, that's dope.
Tevin, I'm with you. You know what? I'm with you. Hell with it. I'll rewatch them too.
I wanted to do these after we did MCU and do a Star Wars rewatch for your first time through. But
I'll wait, bro. I'll wait. Like it's no big deal.
Well, the thing is, we're never gonna get through this freaking MCU in review because they keep coming out with movies.
Yeah, that's
so we might as well just do it.
Yeah. So I guess I'll watch. You said A New Hope.
A New Hope.
Okay, I'm gonna watch A New Hope, and then I'll give you guys we'll have a section where I just break down what I thought about it.
I'm gonna watch it too because I've been meaning to rewatch them for a while. I have a recommendation though in the same vein as is it One Night in Miami or Last Night in Miami?
One Night in Miami.
One Night in Miami. That movie was directed by Regina King, and that got me thinking of Watchmen. One of the greatest miniseries ever created. Regina King is plays the main character in the show, and if you have not seen it, it is a must watch for everyone. I think.
I kind of want to watch it again,
dude. Okay, I just gotta say something. I don't know what it is, but I felt like we were on fire this episode.
We are. I think it's because Pat's not here. No, I'm just playing Pat.
No, I mean, like obviously miss Pat, but I do feel like we're in some kind of flow state today.
We are. We were really the episode before last when both Pat and Jordan were here too. We kind of hit a flow state. Like you can feel it,
Absolutely.
You can feel it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Watchmen.
Oh, Watchmen's so good.
Yes, it is.
To me, it's right up there. Like, so if you've watched, like, Chernobyl is another mini series, or like whatever you want to call it on HBO. Have you watched that, Ash? Have you watched Chernobyl?
Not. I watched the first episode, and then I think something else dropped. So I need to though, because all I hear is how amazing it is.
It's phenomenal. It's the best miniseries I've ever watched. And
really,
I liked Watchmen, but I like Chernobyl better. So,
I mean, I've heard it's incredible.
So,
yeah, no, Watchmen. That was one I binged. I think I was working from home because I waited till like the beginning of the pandemic to watch it. And I was working from home, and I just binged it while I was working, and immediately, as soon as I finished the last episode, I said, Courtney, you have to watch this. And so I restarted it immediately like that night and watched the whole thing again, and then told everyone that I talked to that they needed to watch it. And maybe 2 people actually did.
Yeah, and I've never seen it, so I think I'm going to...
You've never seen Watchmen?
No.
Tevin.
You got it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Do not go home and watch Star Wars. Go home and watch Watchmen.
Okay, I'll start the first episode while I'm editing the podcast.
Okay. I'm going to rewatch it too.
So I almost stopped the I think like episode 2 or 3 because I was like, it was kind of like dragging, and then all of a sudden it just flips a switch, like, and you're like, holy shit, this and it just gets good, and then you can't turn it off.
Yeah, there's a solid period of time in that show where you have no idea what the F is going on. Like, you are so confused. You don't know what's happening. And then it hits a point and everything makes sense. It's like one thing happens and you're like, oh my gosh, that just made the entire show make perfect sense. It is perfect screenwriting. Same person who wrote it, Damon Lindelof, wrote The Leftovers, which I'm always plugging on this show, and it's what led me to The Leftovers. Watchmen is, and so watch Watchmen.
Yep.
All right, well, I think that concludes another episode of the Watchlist Wednesday podcast. Make sure that you are following us on social media. Instagram at Watchlist Wednesday Pod. We are on YouTube at Natural State Media, where you can catch all the episodes of season 3 and beyond of the Watchlist Wednesday. You can catch all of the Killer Personality episodes and any other projects that we have going on with Natural State Media. You can catch those too. Jordan, you got anything before we sign off?
I love how Tom Brady gave a middle finger to the Patriots today. So.
Absolutely.
That was kind of dirty.
Absolutely. I mean, you can do that when you're the GOAT.
Yeah, you can. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. So, like I said, this has been another episode of the Watch This Wednesday podcast. Until next time, peace.